Lily Aldrin might seem like the heart of the group, Marshall's soulmate, one of Ted's closest college friends, the person who holds everyone at McLaren's together. But there's a lot more to her than that. Behind her constant need to fix everyone else's problems, to truly get Lily, we need to take a look at the moments that shaped who she is and see how her need for control affects the way she treats the people closest to her. So sit back, grab a snack, and let's take a look at the story of Lily Aldrin. Most people already know about the San Francisco situation. That's the obvious one. Lily calls off her engagement to Marshall, cancels the wedding, and moves across the country to pursue an art fellowship. And yeah, that's bad. But most people write it off as a one-time mistake. She was scared, she was young, she came back, they worked it out. End of story. Right? Wrong. Because what most people forget is what happened right before she left. And once you see this part clearly, it changes everything about how you look at her for the rest of the series. In the episode Milk, Ted is driving Lily to an interview for the San Francisco Art Fellowship. During the ride, she reveals she's been having doubts about marrying Marshall. The wedding is coming up. Her entire life with Marshall is right there in front of her. And when Ted, one of her best friends, tries to talk her out of even going to the interview, she doesn't just disagree with him, she leaves him stranded. She ditches Ted far from town because he tried to look out for her. No ride, no explanation, just gone. And that matters because it tells you something most people miss completely. Lily didn't just leave Marshall, she left everyone. Ted, the group, the life they all built together. Then comes the actual breakup. Marshall finds out she got accepted into the program. They fight. And Lily does the thing that would define her character for the rest of the show, whether she knows it or not. She calls off the engagement, cancels the wedding, and moves to San Francisco. And Marshall? 40 days later, that man still hasn't left the apartment. He's wrecked. He can barely function. A credit card bill shows up that seems connected to Lily, and he gets this tiny flash of hope. But it turns out the charges were from someone who stole her card. Even his last perceived connection to her was a lie. The only girl Marshall had ever loved just walked away from everything. And he's sitting in their apartment holding onto nothing. But here's what makes the San Francisco situation so much worse than people remember. When Lily comes back to New York in season 2, she puts on this brave face, acts like the program was great, like she grew as a person and it was all worth it. But then she gets drunk, and the real story comes out. The program was a disaster. Her art teacher literally told her he couldn't teach her anything because she had no talent. She was miserable the entire time she was out there. She lied about how it went. So she didn't just blow up her relationship and her friendships for her dream, she blew them up and got nothing from it. And the worst part? She just wanted Marshall back, like she could hit undo on everything she destroyed. Now, if you think San Francisco was a one-time lapse in judgment, I need to tell you about something the show reveals later. Because this pattern didn't start with Marshall. It didn't start with the fellowship. It started way before any of that. Remember Scooter? His real name is Messy, even on the wiki, listed as Bill in one season and Jeff in another. But in the season 8 flashback, he's Jeff before Lily pushes him into becoming Scooter. Teenage Lily literally bossed him into changing his name. She got him into underage drinking. Flashbacks in 12 Horny Women describe her as a feared neighborhood bully. People around her were scared of this girl, and then when senior prom comes around, Lily dumps him. Why? So she can go chase her artist dreams. The same exact pattern. Lily has a person who cares about her. Lily has a dream that conflicts with that person, and every single time, the person loses. Scooter stayed hung up on Lily for years. He crashes her wedding to Marshall. He ends up working at her school. He stays attached to her for what seems like forever. And at one point, Lily keeps him dangling by adding 2 words after she rejects him. She doesn't say, "I don't want to be with you." She says, "I don't want to be with you right now." That's not letting someone down easy. That's a leash. She keeps the door cracked open just enough that he can't fully move on. Oh, and it goes even further back than Scooter. In 9th grade, Lily blamed a classmate named Michael Sasser for a fart that was actually hers. He got the nickname Gasser, and it was so bad the kid had to change schools. The show identifies this as one of her biggest regrets, but here's the point. Lily's pattern of hurting people and then rationalizing it later didn't develop in her 20s. It was baked in from the start. But the running away stuff, as bad as it is, that's actually not the most disturbing thing about Lily, because there's something she does across the entire series that goes way deeper than leaving. And once you see it, you literally cannot unsee it in any rewatch. It's called Aldrin Justice. In season 2, Ted gets Lily a job at Hammond Druthers architecture firm. Druthers is a difficult boss, fine, no argument there. But instead of dealing with the problem like a normal person, Lily steals his prized baseball. Just takes it off his desk. And when Ted asks her to return it because other people at the firm might get fired over the missing item, Lily refuses. She decided Druthers deserved punishment, so she punished him. Other people's jobs were at risk, and she didn't care. Ted ends up firing her over it. The show literally names this pattern. They call it Aldrin Justice. And at first it seems like a funny little character quirk, but watch how it escalates across 9 seasons and it stops being funny fast. In Blitzgiving, after Zoe kicks the gang out of Thanksgiving, Lily steals a stuffed turkey from Zoe's apartment. She steals the captain's ashtray in season 8 because he dismissed her as just a kindergarten teacher. And when Marshall asks her to give it back, she says all rulings are final. Like she's an actual judge presiding over a court. Like she has some kind of authority to decide who gets punished and what the punishment is. And it gets even crazier. She doesn't just practice Aldrin justice herself, she spreads it. In season 9, she advises Tracy, the mother, to steal Darren's van as payback for something he did. Lily is literally encouraging other people to use her punishment system. She's exporting it. And here's why all of that matters for everything I'm about to tell you next. Because Aldrin Justice isn't really about baseballs and ashtrays and stuffed turkeys. Those are just the props. What the pattern reveals when you look at it across 9 seasons is that Lily consistently acts as though she gets to decide who's wrong and what the punishment should be, and she carries it out without asking anyone. That mindset, that instinct to control outcomes because she's decided she knows best, that's the engine behind the single worst thing she ever did to Ted. In season 4, Ted discovers something that completely reframes their entire friendship. Lily has been sabotaging his relationships, not once, not twice, for years. She has this thing called the front porch test. She pictures herself as an old woman sitting on a porch with Marshall, Ted, and Ted's future wife. And if a girlfriend doesn't pass that vision, if the woman doesn't fit the cozy little picture Lily has in her head, Lily breaks them up. Now, Lily claims she never did this with women who could possibly become the mother of Ted's children, like Stella and Victoria. But even with that caveat, think about what she's admitting to. She gave herself the authority to filter Ted's love life through a fantasy she invented. She even admits she messed with the way Ted and Robin's breakup played out. It potentially reframes years of Ted's failed relationships in a completely different light. This isn't protective friendship. This is long-term social engineering. Lily decided what Ted's future should look like and then made moves to ensure it happened her way. And this exact same energy bleeds directly into how she handles Robin and Barney. When they start dating, in season 5, Lily doesn't let them figure things out at their own pace. She sabotages a door so Robin and Barney get trapped in a room together and are forced to have the talk about defining their relationship. She physically trapped her 2 friends because she decided their timeline wasn't fast enough. Not their decision, hers. And then, just a few episodes later in the rough patch, the relationship she pressured them to define, she later helps plot against. She joins a plan to break Robin and Barney up. The group literally recruits her for the breakup plan, specifically because she has a track record of engineering splits. They know what she does, they use her for it, and somehow nobody stops to say, hey, maybe one person shouldn't have this much influence over everyone else's love life. But all of that, the meddling, the punishment system, the running away, all of it relies on one crucial ingredient: secrecy. Lily is described as virtually incapable of keeping other people's secrets. She spills everyone else's business constantly. But when the secret is her own, when it's something that makes her look bad, she locks it down tight. When Lily and Marshall try to buy their first apartment, the mortgage process exposes something Lily has been hiding: massive credit card debt. She racked up huge amounts of money on impulsive shopping and never told Marshall. Her own husband had no idea. And when the truth finally surfaces, Lily doesn't just feel guilty. She tells Marshall she actually considered getting a divorce so he wouldn't be dragged down by her financial mess. Think about that for a second. Her first instinct when the secret came out wasn't honesty or accountability. It was thinking about running. Again, the same woman who ran to San Francisco was now considering running from her marriage. Not because of love, because of money she hid. And then in season 6, the secrecy pattern repeats almost beat for beat. Marshall quits his corporate job at GNB to work at the NRDC doing environmental law. And Lily says she supports him. She says all the right things, acts like the perfect wife. But when the job turns out to be unpaid and the money gets tight, she cracks. She takes Ted to the airport under false pretenses and tells him she needs to go to Spain. She needs to get away before she explodes. She was faking support for her husband's dream while quietly looking for a way out. San Francisco all over again. Different city? Same Lily. Now here's the part that makes everything I've just told you hit completely different. Because most people treat these moments as isolated incidents. Season 1 drama over here, Season 3 money stuff over there, Season 5 meddling in that corner. Separate problems with separate resolutions, everyone makes up, everyone hugs, and we move on to the next episode. Except the show itself proves that's not what happened. In Season 9, during the episode Unpause, the truth comes out. Lily and Marshall get into a real argument. Not a sitcom squabble where someone sleeps on the couch for one episode, a real gut-level fight. And Lily says something wild. She tells Marshall that he's being more selfish than she has ever been to him, and Marshall just unloads. He lists the breakup, the canceled engagement, the canceled wedding, the move to San Francisco, all of it, item by item. Because Marshall never fully forgave her, 7 years after San Francisco, years of marriage, a child together, and the wound was still open. Lily thought that because she apologized and Marshall took her back, the chapter was closed. She believed that because it was resolved for her, it was resolved for everyone. But Marshall was carrying that hurt the entire time. He never said anything. He never brought it up. He just lived with it, year after year, until the pressure got high enough that it all came out at once. And even in that final season, the same patterns keep running. On the Italy situation, Lily didn't treat Rome as a foregone conclusion from the start. When the captain first offered her the art consultant job in Rome, she actually turned it down. She was scared Marshall would resent her. She only accepted after Marshall reassured her and encouraged her to take it. But once she said yes, she locked in hard. And when Marshall accepted a judgeship behind her back, the collision was inevitable. Robin's hidden anger gets exposed when Darren reveals that Robin sees Lily leaving for Italy as abandoning her as a friend. Robin's sense of abandonment echoes the old San Francisco wound, Lily leaving people behind to chase a life change. And when their fight over Italy versus the judgeship finally resolves in Daisy, it resolves because Marshall chooses Rome so Lily can pursue her dream. Again, Lily is pregnant again by this point, which shifts the emotional stakes considerably. But the pattern is hard to ignore. Lily's dreams end up taking priority. And the people who love her adjust around her. She's not evil. She's not some cartoon villain twirling a mustache. But she is way, way worse than most people realize. Because the scariest thing about Lily Aldrin isn't that she makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's that she makes the same mistakes over and over and over, and every single time she walks away believing she was in the right. If you made it this far, go watch this next video right here.